Opening TikTok, YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels and scrolling for hours and hours on end. Does it sound familiar to you? I, for example, had phases like these a lot, where I would rather watch 100 short form videos which would make up a movie instead of watching a single movie, which could have benefited me much more in its message and whatever it could have told me to. Oh boy, those days. And it's not just me, I've actually heard a lot of people saying something similar like this. And I mean, who could blame someone for that? It's just so easy to open those apps and so easy to just scroll on end. What's there to stop you? But not everyone wants to get stuck in this spiral and tries to find a way to get out of it. And for that, I wanna suggest you one thing. Arts and music. Hear me out on this. Imagine your typical day for this. You come home from work, school or university, you get on the couch and then start scrolling. But as the thought never occurred to you about when was the last time you were creative? When was the last time you have felt creative? I have this strong feeling that a lot of people would say, yeah, the last time I felt creative was when I was a child. And I don't really think that's a coincidence. In today's society, it just doesn't feel like there's any space for creativity anymore. You go to work, you go to school, you go to university and work like crazy, then come home exhausted. And moments like these and in between, you just want a nice dopamine kick. And what gives you a very nice and easy dopamine kick without much effort? Well, doomscrolling. But what if I told you that those little pictures that you drew as a kid could just as much be a dopamine kick and benefit you to many more ways that you can't imagine yet? Because as children, those weren't just stupid little pics that we would just draw. Sometimes those were entire worlds. Sometimes we lived in those. We had so much imagination back then as children. We put so much of that into a piece of paper. Those were times that many of us have completely forgotten, but it has never truly died down inside of you. It just needs a little bit of reawakening. And all it takes is a piece of paper and a pen. And while what you draw might not be good, it doesn't matter, it could be stickman for all I care. It's just about letting go your creativity. You could, for example, start with your own characters that you just made up, or drawing a comic of a story that you just experienced. And if you want to get better, there are dozens and dozens of tutorials on YouTube and all of them are for free. There is nothing that stops you from learning this. And hey, if you don't find fun in that, it's all good. There's so many more ways to be creative. Like for example, let's talk about music. Have you ever had the situations before where you've watched a concert or someone on YouTube playing an instrument and imagining yourself to be playing that instrument and impressing everyone? Well, you could make this reality. It doesn't even have to be an expensive instrument that you have to get. Maybe your neighbor has one that you can borrow, or maybe your friend has one you could borrow. Or maybe you can find a cheap ocarina or flute online, or maybe you just use your voice. Everybody of us has sung before. Let's continue that. Pull up the lyrics of your favorite song and just sing your heart out. Or if you have decided to get an instrument, pull up a tutorial on YouTube of your favorite song, start learning it and then start playing it. All these and many more things are methods to get out of the spiral of doom scrolling. It just says to what a problem doom scrolling has developed. For example, there's a study from 2023 that has linked doom scrolling to worsen mental health and overall lower life satisfaction. Doom scrolling reinforces negative thoughts and feelings and can worsen pre-existing depression and anxiety. In addition, the time you spend doom scrolling can make you irritable, fatigued and less productive at work or school. It is a topic where you can spend hours over what negative effects it will bring you, but at least we know how to get out of this spiral. And while I can give you the tips and ideas for it, the push to do that lies up to you. Just think about how you would think in the future of this very point of time you are in, and think about if you would say, yeah, I'm proud of what I've done. Then I think you would know what choice is best for you. Then all I can say is, take matters into your hands and take care.